Hey babe, I know this message may hit you out of nowhere and bring up a whirlwind of emotions, so please take a moment to settle in before you read on. I'm choosing to write instead of call because I want to give both of us the space to process every word without the pressure of an immediate response. You deserve my full honesty, without any stumbles or awkward pauses, and I owe you that respect. By the end of this, I hope you'll understand the depth of my feelings, the reasons behind my choice, and the clarity I've been searching for. So please, carve out the next few minutes just for us, and let my words bridge the gap I feel I can no longer span with a simple phone call. You're probably sitting there, heart thudding, wondering if this means I'm shutting the door on us forever, if I'm closing off the chapter we've written together. And yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, but not out of malice or a desire to hurt you. It's because I believe that sometimes love means knowing when to step back so both people can see the full picture. If I called you right now, the moment you hear my voice, you launch into a string of questions, some tender, some painful, and I'm afraid I wouldn't have the courage to answer them fully. So instead of stumbling through half-truths or leaving you hanging, I'm laying everything out here. Please hear me when I say this isn't about ending things because I don't care. It's quite the opposite. I care so deeply that I don't want to let misunderstandings fester or allow unspoken doubts to grow into resentments. You've given me some of my happiest days, countless smiles, and a sense of belonging I never knew I needed. But lately, I felt a shift inside me, something pulling at my core, telling me that continuing as we were is only setting us both up for confusion. I owe you the clarity you've been craving, and by writing this, I'm hoping to give you that clarity in its purest form. I've thought about this decision for weeks, replaying our conversations in my mind late at night when the world is silent and my heart speaks loudest. I've weighed every memory, every laugh, every moment of shared vulnerability, and I still believe this is the only path forward. It feels like standing at the edge of two roads, one that keeps us entwined in a cycle of half-answers and emotional whiplash, and another that steps back, allows breathing room, and brings truths to light. I'm choosing that second road, not because I want to distance myself permanently, but because I want to give us both the chance to find solid ground, together or apart. You might be asking yourself, why now? What changed so suddenly? The truth is, the change has been brewing for a while. I've wrestled with an internal fog that made it hard for me to speak plainly, even to someone I trust most. And each time I considered calling you, I felt the weight of the questions you might ask. What are you feeling? Do you still love me? Is someone else involved? I feared my answers would fall short, that I'd sound evasive or unsure, and that would hurt you more than silence. That fear crystallized into this decision, to pause the calls until I can untangle my thoughts and present them to you in their entirety. Let's tackle the elephant in the room. Is this because someone else pushed me or because I'm hiding something? I want to shut down those rumors before they can start. No external force has influenced me to do this. There's no third party whispering doubts into my ear or twisting my feelings for me. This is entirely my choice. It's the product of late-night reflections, of journaling my heart's weight, and of recognizing that I owe you more than a hesitant, stuttering conversation. I owe you clarity. And I owe myself the honesty to admit when I can't meet the demands of a relationship head-on. By stepping back, I hope to avoid the trap of half measures, of staying on the line through gritted teeth, answering questions with maybe or I don't know, and seeing the hurt flicker in your eyes. I want you to have real answers, even if they're hard to swallow. I want you to know exactly where I stand without having to read between the lines or guess at my silences. This pause will give me the space to sort out every tangled thought so that when, or if, we speak again, I can look you in the eye and say exactly what's in my heart without doubt creeping in. I realize this might feel like abandonment, and the last thing I want is to make you feel unloved or cast aside. If anything, this is my attempt to love you better by giving you the respect of transparency and the gift of clear boundaries. I've seen relationships suffer more from unspoken resentments than from honest conversations, however difficult those may be. And I would rather endure your initial shock than let us drift into a state of perpetual confusion and frustration. I imagine you might wonder, is there still hope for us? That's the hardest question of all, because I can't answer it with certainty today. The emergence of my doubts doesn't negate the love I feel or the memories we've created. But holding on to us without clarity feels unfair to both of us. If we truly have a future, I want it to be built on sincere understanding, not on assumptions or unanswered questions. This time apart, this silence, might be the space we need to discover whether our bond is unbreakable or if it's time to gently set each other free. Please remember all the moments that brought us joy. The late night talks, the way you'd laugh at my worst jokes, the comfort of your hand in mine on a quiet evening. Those memories will always be part of me. I'm not erasing them or pretending they didn't matter. On the contrary, they're why this is so painful to write. It's precisely because our connection means so much that I refuse to allow it to become something tangled and unclear. I want to honor what we had by giving you the full truth, and by refusing to let silence become our default. If you decide to reach out and say you can't bear this distance, I understand. Your feelings are valid, and your love is powerful. But please know that if I do choose to pick up the phone again, it will be with a heart that's ready to speak plainly and answer every question you have. That moment of reconnection will be sacred and intentional, not rushed or filled with half answers. Until then, I'm asking you to trust that my silence is not a retreat from you, but a preparation for honesty, whether that honesty leads to reconnection or to a peaceful goodbye. I hope that reading this gives you some of the peace I'm searching for myself. I don't want you to spend nights wondering what you did wrong or if I lost faith in us. Neither of those is true. This is about my own journey toward clarity. I believe that by confronting my fears head-on rather than avoiding your questions indefinitely, I'll emerge as a stronger, more authentic partner, whether that journey brings me back to you or shows me a different path entirely. Thank you for reading this with an open heart. I know it's not easy, and I know it might feel heavy. But please believe that every word comes from a place of respect and care. I promise I didn't make this decision lightly, and I promise I will follow through on giving you the full truth in whatever form it ultimately takes. Until that moment arrives, know that you are cherished, you are valued, and you deserve nothing less than complete honesty. With all my love and sincerity, your name,